Howdy everybody, welcome into the channel. Thank you for clicking in. You know, some things on the internet are sometimes better left alone, but other times things deserve some light shed on them. Today we're going to talk about Discord. Now, if you don't know what Discord is, it is an app if you're a mobile user, or also an application on your PC that was primarily used for gaming chat, but since its inception has been used for everything in between, from streaming servers to, niche political servers and what have you. Considering, it came out in about 2015, it's 8 years old, a lot of stuff has transpired. Me personally, I've been on Discord for 7 of those 8 years, so you could say I've seen a thing or two. And in my time on Discord, I've come across some crazy individuals, some crazy servers, and just some downright degenerate bullshit. And today, I'm going to walk you guys through the downfall of one of the largest dating servers on Discord. Now, if you're familiar with dating servers on Discord, you know that they're a hive of degeneracy. They're just filled with trolls, lonely people who have honestly no better place to seek out attention and validation. And so what better place than a server with hundreds of thousands of people where no one's ever going to remember you unless you want them to. Today's server we're going to be talking about is a server called Playroom. Now, Playroom died a long time ago, thankfully, and we're going to find out why here shortly. But, just to tell you how I came about this server even, and how I even got there, I'm going to go ahead and launch into that. So, I'd say it was about 2017, maybe 2018, and I was kind of divulging away from my usual friend group, looking to branch out and meet new people. But, as a degenerate myself sometimes, I don't like to leave my house. So Discord was a natural avenue to meet new people. And also, I was a dumb young guy, so I wanted to meet girls online too, because why the fuck not? And so dating servers were just like a natural, logical next step. So, flash forward, I've found Playroom, and I've been hanging out there for a couple weeks at this point. Things are kind of, progressing along. I've made friends at this point, people who I'm still friends with to this day, mind you, 7 years later. So, it did form some long-lasting friendships, even though a lot of the relationships that were formed in that server were probably best kept a secret, let's say. But it all started to devolve one day when certain things started to come out about the server owner, and certain just general actions between the staff and the regular users began to transpire. Anything from people just getting randomly banned for petty reasons, or random new mods popping up suddenly, like very suddenly. People who weren't really known in the community at all at the time. So that stuff was a little sus. We came to find out that the reason these new mods were even popping up at all was because they were paying their way to get onto the mod team. Not only were they paying their way to get onto the mod team, but, brace yourselves for this one, some of them were actually underage. Shocking, I know, underage people on Discord, but keep in mind this was an 18+ server, so there should have been no one under that age in the server whatsoever. Definitely keep that in mind as we move forward with this story. So as we keep moving forward, we're starting to notice more sketchy behavior from the owner. And then one day, the server just starts blowing up. Like literally blowing up. Channels are getting nuked. everything is just fucking haywire, and it shit's a total mess. So we come to find out that the owner of the server, who I will leave unnamed just for the sake of anonymity, had actually sold a fake temporary owner role to someone for, I think it was something in the tune of like $500. Keep in mind this was a fake owner role, so he was not actually owner, but I believe the role itself did actually have some permissions, and I mean, that's all you really need to know, right? You let somebody buy perms, they're gonna fuck shit up. And that's exactly what happened. The server just got nuked in every channel. It was a huge, huge fucking mess. And the server kind of spiraled out of control, and then it was inevitably just shut down completely, which was a little disappointing because it was a good place to meet people, but honestly was probably a really good thing in hindsight considering what we are about to find out. So, flash forward a little bit later, after that server has blown up. It's probably been a couple weeks at this point, and you know how it goes when a server blows up. Branch communities are going to pop up, tons of them, because everyone wants to tap into that user base that just up and poofed, vanished. And so while we're on one of these secondary servers, these branch servers, we come to find all this new information about the previous owner of the dating server. The one big thing that really stuck out to all of us, and the really fucked up thing was, keep in mind, this was an 18-plus dating server. What do you think happened? What do you think we found out? If you guessed that the server owner was under the age of 18, you're a genius. Pat on the back, I give you that one. Now, if you didn't guess that, it was just that. The server owner was 17 in an 18-plus server. But not only that, we came to find that she was also selling her own nudes, which, if you know anything about the law, makes it, not good stuff. Excuse me for laughing, but the shit was just downright ridiculous. Not only this, but we also came to find that she was apparently collecting other people's nudes, some of which who were also underage. Extremely fucked up shit. The craziest part is this girl lived in the EU, so there was really nothing we could do, per se, because we didn't know exactly where she was, so there was really no possible way to report her to the authorities whatsoever, which was kind of disappointing because, when shit like this happens, it's a see something, say something type situation. If you see some bullshit going on, I highly encourage you, whatever it may be, not as long as you're not going to get harmed. Even if you may get harmed, if it's serious enough, you need to tell somebody, whether it's a more adultier adult or actual law enforcement, because, anything could be happening and you might not know. It could be worse than you know. Thankfully, I say thankfully, there's really nothing to be thankful with this story. Shit fell apart. And so that server, was no longer a place for bullshit degeneracy to take place. Thank goodness. But there is a bright side, I guess, at least for me in particular, Even though the server blew up and was complete garbage to begin with, I ended up making what I believe to be some of my lifelong friends, two of my best friends, actually, who will probably come into play in some other stories I plan to tell later on in the channel, depending on how you guys like this. But overall, I just want to leave you guys with this. Discord is a place for degenerates. However, that doesn't mean you can't meet great, amazing people on the platform. So I caution you, when you're using Discord, to make sure that the people you're interacting with and talking to aren't just people like the server owner in question who are going to take advantage of you in any way, shape, or form. With all that being said, if you liked the video, please shoot me a like. If you really liked the video, a sub would be even better, as this is my first YouTube video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Drop me a comment too if you did manage to make it this far, telling me if you were able to predict that, because I'll be honest, if you've been on Discord long enough, that was a pretty predictable story. But I hope to bring you guys some other crazy stories, personal stories of girls that I actually did end up dating on Discord, as well as other degenerates that I find online and other degenerate stories I find online, because if there's one thing I know, it's degenerates make me sure to feel a lot better about myself. Alrighty. Y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.